Hey, FitMama, Jen Oliver here today to talk about how to get over insecurities. And I kind of really am specific about getting over insecurities and not really just dealing with them. I think it's really about getting over them. I think it's time, we're ready. Yeah, we can be insecure about certain things about ourselves, our body, personality traits, whatever it is. But I think it's time to get over them. And I'm going to show you how. Number one, realize that the things that you're insecure about, maybe regarding your body or who you are, things about you, realize that those are what makes you you. Realize that those are great things. Realize that what you may think is not a good thing, other people might actually love in you or admire about you or not have ever noticed one way or the other before. You ever considered that? Think about it as your superpower instead. Why not? One of my main insecurities growing up was my breasts. I thought they were too small. I thought they should have been different. But what I realized is that they made me who I was. This was who I was. And when I was pregnant, postpartum, breastfeeding, they were bigger. They were very different than they are now. And they weren't really me. And my clothes didn't really fit right. And it didn't really just feel good in that way. And it really made me realize that something I had always thought I wanted, bigger boobs, really wasn't me and really wasn't going to give me whatever I thought it was going to give me. So just realize that your insecurities, things about you, make you you, and they're fabulous. Yeah, like really, like believe it, like own it, mama, own it. Number two, I want you to find the positives of the situation. So we have so many insecurities, right? We have so many insecurities, whether it's our hair growth or our hair on our head or the way our bodies look, the way our bodies have shaped and come into different shapes over the course of our lives. So many of these things lead to these insecurities. And at the end of the day, I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands of women later in their life. I've worked with 70 and 80-year-olds who are still highly insecure about elements of their bodies and are still working really hard at changing themselves later into life. And I just really don't think that needs to be happening. I think we can just accept and move on. And it doesn't mean we don't care. It doesn't mean we're not taking care of ourselves. It actually means we're giving more love to ourselves. So find the positives of a situation. If you're thinking your legs are too short, if you're thinking that your clothes don't fit anymore, these are the kind of insecurities that don't really matter. Because what are legs supposed to look like? We've just bought into an ideal. What are the clothes size that you're supposed to fit into? Who cares if it's not the same one? Switch up, upgrade. There are options. And if we can look at the positives of a situation, I can run with no bra. I can just run right down the street. I don't need to find a sports bra. I don't need to worry. It's a positive, right? And I can find the positives and just start to embrace them and say, hey, you know what? I don't need to pack a bra when I'm going here or there. That's just something that is now, only at this point in my life, I'm realizing is, again, yet another positive. If you can find those positives, you can spin them in a way where you go, actually, I'm winning at life here because of this thing. I really think you can. And you have lived a lifetime with realizing that you thought it was bad. And now it's time to flip that around and realize the positive of it. Number three, notice the function of your body, not so much the appearance. We are so obsessed with what we look at in the mirror. But when we can look down at our bodies and go, wow, this thing is working really well, right? Look at these legs. They get me where I need to go. Look at this belly. It digests all the foods that I put in it, right? When we can look at our bodies and see that they are functioning well, they are keeping us alive, they are moving us through our lives, they are helping us connect with other people. Look at these hands. What do these hands do? They touch our loved ones. They share and spread our love. What a gift. When we can look at our bodies and the functions that they serve for us in our lives, we start to get out of that mental chatter of it has to look a certain way or it's not good enough. What way? Said who? Says who? You don't need to buy in. Mama, you don't need to buy in. Number four, source a little external validation that goes in the way that you want. We have spent most of our lives sourcing magazines and media that shows us we're not good enough, or we don't have that body, or we don't look good enough for this or that or the other, and we need to change, buy this, or do whatever. How about we start to source others who can help validate us? How about we look to the people that we actually care about the most? And instead of trying to impress the people we don't care about, we talk to the people who are in our closest proximity and we say, hey, babe, don't you actually just love my thighs the way they are? Aren't they so great? How about when I do this? How about when I do that? Don't you love my hands? Don't you love this or that about me? And start to source those things. And I think if you start to look for a little bit of validation for all these so-called flaws or insecurities of your own, you will realize that those closest to you, kids, those loving kids that came out of your belly and body, those kids and your partner, partners, friends, whomever, all of them love you. All of them want to shower you with all the adoration that they have. They want you to see what they see. So go source them. Stop sourcing the media, people you don't know, people who made fun of you in high school, whatever. Forget them. Go to the people that love you. Go to the people that you love and start to connect and bond over the love for your body and all the amazing pieces that come with that. And number five is a fun one. Number 5 is all about mirroring, going to the mirror, looking at yourself and having some sensory experiences. Sensory affirmations, I call them. And we can talk a lot about affirmations, and you've probably heard me or other people talk about them many times. Affirmations are these repeated words that we say. Maybe it's, I am beautiful, for an affirmation. And sometimes people say, oh, well, you don't really believe that, so why are you saying that? Cut all that BS. Don't try and find a reason not to do this. But sensory affirmations are when you can feel it in your body. And what I recommend to do is spend some time in front of the mirror, whether it's a big mirror, whether you're looking just at your face, whether it's a full-length mirror, whether it's a little mirror just looking at your yoni or vulva. There are a lot of opportunities to check yourself out, FitMama. And when you do that, I want you to start speaking positively to yourself. Yeah, it's going to feel a little uncomfortable because really comfortable is speaking negatively to yourself, or however you've been doing it for a while. But when you speak positively to yourself, complimenting yourself, looking at things you were insecure about and saying, wow, that's beautiful. That's gorgeous. Look how good that looks. Look at those beautiful thighs. Look at those beautiful breasts. Look at that face. Look at those eyes. Look at that hair. Look at that yoni. Look at that beauty. And when you can start to do that, not only using the words that I'm talking about, complimenting yourself, but feeling it in your body, feeling it as if someone else was telling you, which is what we always want, someone else to compliment us, and then we slap them in the face. I want you to hear the compliments of yourself and feel them in your body. Feel that love that you have for yourself. Now, this takes practice, and it takes committing to saying, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to choose to start looking at myself with more love. And this is actually something that grows with practice. So you will be able to continue looking at yourself with love, and further away will be all that negative self-talk with practice. So focusing on the positive and moving through that. It's a huge opportunity to just get over your insecurities. Just be done with them. Just not go there anymore, FitMama. Let me know how it goes. I want to hear from you. Click the link below and connect with me on Instagram. See you, FitMama.